I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Keys. Trustee Lilly.
Present.
Trustee Dunlap. Present. Trustee Blakey.
Present.
Trustee Parker. Present. Trustee Marshall.
Present.
Is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may come forward to the podium now.
Thank you, Mayor. Great. It's funny, after all the years I spent as a trustee, I'm nervous talking from this side of the table. My name is Laurel Sons. My husband and I have been residents of Lynwood for, 43 years. We built our house in January. But he grew up in the house across from the Warsaw Inn, so he's been here all 70 years of his life. We've been here a long time. I was on the village board for years. I retired after 40 years of teaching at Sandridge School. We live on Glenwood Road across from the Rotary. My husband was a board member and president of the school board at Sandridge. Lynwood has been our home. We love Lynwood. We thought we'd never leave. But we have the opportunity to move 5 doors down from our son. More importantly, my 3 young grandchildren. If any of you are grandparents, you'll understand that. We had our inspection done that we needed in order to sell our home in Lynwood, and we found out about changes that needed to be made. Some things because building codes have been upgraded or whatever, which we understand. There are 2 kind of sticking points, and I'm here tonight to plead to the board for a variance on our property. Either a variance so we do not have to hook up to the city water at all, or something that says as long as the well is viable, we get to keep the well, or the buyers would keep the well. And then if that would fail, then they would have to hook up to city water. We don't believe that our well is causing any negative impact on Lynwood. The 2 large projects we need to have done, or the buyers would have to have done, is paving the driveway and hooking up to city water. We live across from the roller rink, and I'm sure many of you go by, see that we're on 2 acres. We're not a usual property in Lynwood. We're kind of a unicorn property because we're not part of any subdivision or neighborhood. We're part of the old farm that my mother and father-in-law had.
1 minute remaining.
Because our yard is so long, to have the driveway paved and the water run is going to be approximately $40,000. It may be more, depending on what kind of permits we need to pay for having the wall cap, getting the meter from Lynwood as such. We understand about the driveway. I have spoken to Mayor Curry, and she was very gracious, and we want everything to look good when you come into the village. But the water is where I'm asking for a variance. We have had buyers that are turning away. They like a well, and the biggest thing besides the price is that we're on a septic. There's no sewer that comes down Glenwood Dyer Road, so they have to keep the septic. So now you're asking that chlorinated water be poured into a septic system. The only way that can be viable is to destroy the septic system, which the chlorine will do, and then you have basically a holding tank, and then you have to have that holding tank pumped out a couple times a year, 3 times, depending on how much water you use. There's only, I don't know what the buyers would have as far as the family goes. Requiring that, I think, is putting a financial hardship on us and forcing us to do something. We've already paid for our water, we've paid for our well, and the hookup would just, people are turning away from buying the home because of that sticking point. A well is healthy water. We have a very good well. I would understand, however, if the village board would say, okay, 10 years from now, hook up, you can save money, or hook up if the well ever fails. But I'm asking you to be considerate, to take this under consideration. I know that there are variances done in villages for different things, and I'm asking for one here. I want to find my grandkids. Thank you for letting me address you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anyone else here tonight that is interested in
part where I can do public comment, just an announcement. My name is Shantae Gray. I'm from the Lynwood Chamber of Commerce, and I wanted to invite everyone out. We have a few events coming up. Actually, Wednesday, we have an event which is a business after hours event for home-based businesses and networking event from 5:30 to 7:30 at Game Time Sports Bar and Grill, one of our Lynwood businesses. So hopefully everyone can come out and support. If you are a home-based business, we would love to have you. We also have a couple more events coming up. Tuesday, November the 15th at the Lynwood Library. We will be having a lunch and learn for how to leverage brand strategy for business growth. And you could get your tickets on Eventbrite. The cost is $12 per person. Then we have another event coming up at Rhoda Signs, which is another Lynwood business. It is Thursday, December the 15th at 8 a.m. It's our coffee club event hosted by Rhoda Signs and co-sponsored by the Chicago Southland Chamber of Commerce. And that event is about Googling my business. So we're hoping everyone can come out and support. Thank you.
Mrs. Gray, can you share the website for the chamber so that people can?
Sure. So the website for the chamber is www.lynwoodchamber-il.com. lynwoodchamber-il.com.
Thank you.
That's great. I'm sorry, one other question. The address for Rhoda Sign again?
Rhoda, I'm sorry, Rhoda is, I'll give you some cross streets, Joe Orr Road and Stony Island.
Thank you very much.
So I can pull it up really quickly. The sign is 20530 Stony Island Avenue.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any more questions?
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Is there anyone else here tonight that is interested in addressing the board?
My name is Patricia Jackson. I live at 19908 Monterey Avenue, and I've been here for the past 7 years. I have a neighbor that have all of these dogs. They come under the fence. You cannot go in your backyard to even empty your trash. They have a hole. She has more than 2 dogs, which I know that's all we're supposed to have. And it's been going on for 7 years. But when I bought the house, I was not aware of this problem until I closed. I can't come out of my house. I have to get the policeman to come and grab my hand and take me to my company car. I can't do anything. Dogs are always out in the yard. Once you come home, you in jail because you can't go home. Kids call me all kind of mothers and son of us. Nothing be done about it. It's been going on too long. I need you guys' help so that I can live in my home in peace. I can't come out. They put a hole in my siding on my garage. They egg my personal car. They put a hole in my bedroom window. It's just a horror story. It took me to get 60 years old, I'm only there now, but it took me 60 years to decide to buy me a house. I can't live there. I can't live there. A couple of weeks ago, I went outside and emptied my trash. I had to run home, back in the house, because the dogs tried to attack me. This is unacceptable. I pay my taxes. She's Section 8. Can't deal with this. I need your help. I need your help.
What is that address?
My address,
The address next door.
19904, Monterey. I mean, like, the hole is so big, the policeman's not been there. I've got video, I got 7 cameras. And I got them in my door, I got all kind of videos. You know, No, about 3 weeks ago, my grandkids get out of the truck. Dogs tried to attack them. The guy next to me, south of me, had to come out with a gun and almost kill our dogs. I just need your help.
Ms. Jackson, can I ask you a question, please? Thank you very much for coming this evening. Let me just make sure that I understand what you're saying. Are you saying that you have a gate and they come up to your gate, or they're not gated at all?
Well, you know, like from the back of the house,
Yes.
all the way around.
Okay.
But her gate, got holes in them. The
Oh,
police,
so they come under the gate?
they come down it.
I see, okay.
You never know when they back there until they coming for you.
And you said it's more than 7 dogs?
Last time I counted, it was 5.
Okay.
Please help me. This is ridiculous. I love Lynwood. You know, first thing I say, we got big, beautiful homes in Lynwood. I can't enjoy my home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms.
Thank you.
Jackson.
I put it on my phone, but thank you anyway.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Jackson. Chief and AC. Thank you. Is there anyone else here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If not, we will move on. Is there a motion to approve the minutes dated October 11th, 2022?
So moved.
Supported.
Motion by Marshall, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports, starting with Public Works. Trustee Dunlap.
Thank you, Mrs. Mayor. Public Works is busy with renovation of the annex. They're going to do some remodeling and a little bit of TLC for it. So, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Economic Development, Trustee Blakey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have a few things. Economic development. As Ms. Gray stated, the Lynwood Chamber of Commerce is hosting a business affairs hour networking event. It's going to take place tomorrow evening at the Game Time Sports Bar and Grill. That's at 19950 Torrance Avenue. That's going to be from 5:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. If there are any business owners here, we want you to know that the Lynwood Chamber of Commerce is on the move. They are very excited about programming, not only for this year, but programming for the remainder of their existence, and they have a number of different programs and opportunities that businesses can take advantage of. The other two that she spoke about, one is on November the 15th at the Lynwood Library, which is going to be a lunch and learn, as she stated, is $12. And then on December 15th, the Coffee Club event at Rhoda Signs. And again, Rhoda Signs is at Joe Orr and Stoney. If you were here with us at the last meeting, you knew that Mr. James Farmer, who is the retail coach, or known as the retail coach, was supposed to be here with us this evening to report out, but he had a death in his family and he has to be rescheduled. So we're looking forward to rescheduling him. We all as trustees met him at the last IML, the Illinois Municipal League meeting that was earlier in this year, and the mayor and I reached out to him to have him to come to assist us with bringing retail to the village of Lynwood. So that's a meeting that we're looking forward to, and as soon as we get that rescheduled, you'll want to attend that meeting. The other developments are still in process that we have in process right now and ongoing. That's Dunkin' Donuts, Droit Development, and the Equestrian University. That's all I have for economic development. Can I move on to community affairs?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Just recapping on with our senior luncheon, which is on Saturday, October 15th. All of my colleagues and I attended that. That's always a very special event. Our seniors come out from all over the village of Lynwood. We have an opportunity to bring them up to date with things that are happening in the village. They have an opportunity to ask all of us questions and to find out what's going on, or answers to whatever concerns or what have you that they have. And that was a beautiful event for us. It was a long day because right after that we attended the firefighters' 50th anniversary. A shout out to the not the captain, but the chief of the fire department, Chief Newton. He facilitated an excellent day and an excellent event. Also want to thank Erica Madri for assisting in both of those events, the senior luncheon and the firefighters' 50th anniversary. We took a large picture, and the firefighters came back, I think, from the inception of the department. They all came back to celebrate that particular day. All of us were on hand to celebrate that day with us, and it was a joyous occasion. Also that morning, there was a Southland meeting that happened in the Rich Township area. That meeting was facilitated by Calvin Jordan to bring and to talk about the importance of the Southland becoming a voting block, something that we've talked about often, particularly for the village of Lynwood, but in this particular context, it was for the Southland. What we're after in the village of Lynwood is making Lynwood a voting block where every politician will understand that at least 10,000 votes are going to come out of the village of Lynwood. When politicians understand that, we don't have to beg for anything. We don't have to really have a whole bunch of meetings because people recognize that this is a village that is what? Engaged, not apathetic, but engaged. And so that's what we're trying to get ourselves to grow to, and that's something that the Southland is looking at in particular. Lynwood has an opportunity, particularly with what's going on at Sandridge School right now. As you know, Sandridge School has a new superintendent and a new principal. We're working with them as they are desiring to annex into the village of Lynwood. That process is still in process. Just on October 17th, the next step of that process passed our Planning and Zoning Commission. But we have an opportunity to make Lynwood a education ecosystem. And I look forward to speaking with the folks at Savari to talk about that. And I'm talking about from the womb all the way through this Sandridge school, because Sandridge is on par to become a blue ribbon school. And if it can become a blue ribbon school, that means property values go up, attraction to this neighborhood goes through the roof, particularly with all the other things that are happening. And this making Lynwood education ecosystem is something that starts, like I said, in the womb and then goes all through those different steps. And if we can connect all of those dots, it will be a huge benefit for the village of Lynwood. So that's something that we're looking forward to. I want to remind everyone about the town hall meeting that is coming up on Wednesday, November 2nd at the Southland Center. That address is 10 Southland Drive. It's open to all of our residents and stakeholders in the village of Lynwood. That is where the mayor and all of the trustees will be giving a State of the Village address. And so we want to invite all of you to come out and to participate in that particular opportunity. As I stated, the Sandridge School annexation process is in order and on schedule, I should say, passing the planning and zoning, and then they have a few more steps to take. On October 31st, trick-or-treating is going to be between the hours of 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. There are flyers on the outside there that you can take with you. If you know anybody that wants to participate, please remind them about that. And then on November 1st, that's going to start our annual fall decorating contest. These are the flyers. Those flyers are outside as well. If anyone is interested in participating as a homeowner in this fall decorating contest, all you have to do is email me with your name and your address, and once you do that, we will include you as a home to be judged during the judging period. And that judging period is going to happen November 19th through the 21st, and then the awardees will be communicated. That will be communicated at our following meeting. Then on November 10th, there's going to be a Veterans Day luncheon, which we want all of our veterans to attend. Last year, I wasn't able to attend, but I heard that it was just tremendous, and so we want to invite all of the veterans to attend that event on November the 10th, and then November 14th. Between now and November 14th, there's a food drive drop-off. If you have any canned foods that you want to drop off here at the village, please do that between now and November 14th. And last but not least, we have Village of Lynwood holiday ornaments that are on sale for $15 a piece. We did this last year, and we're doing it again this year, and you can purchase those at the Village of Lynwood. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Lilly, planning and zoning.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Planning and zoning, I have nothing to report. May I move on to ordinances and resolutions?
Yes.
All right, I'm looking for a motion on the first reading, no action taken on resolution number 22-34. It's a resolution, Rebuild Illinois Bond Fund, RBIF, authorizing $866,596 for pavement removal and replacement, curb and gutter removal, sidewalk removal and replacement, pavement patching, drainage structure adjustments, and any incidental work necessary to complete the project.
So moved.
This motion by Lilly, is it supported?
Supported.
Supported by Clark. I am going to defer to village engineer Dave Schilling for this one.
Thank you, Mayor. All three of these are the same. If everyone recalls, the past couple weeks, the village has money for construction from the Rebuild Illinois Bond Funds and from CDBG. So we are proposing to combine all those into a single project to get better prices. So this first one is a resolution to spend the Rebuild Illinois Bond Fund money.
Roll call.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
The next item is the first read, no action taken, resolution number 22-35. It's a resolution, an MFT motor fuel tax authorizing $100,300 of local motor fuel tax funds for engineering and any construction overages for the Rebuild Illinois Bond Fund and CDBG streets.
There's a motion, is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Dunlap. Dave, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I just want to clarify why I put that construction overages statement in there. Since we're using grant funds, typically you don't want to leave any money on the table because you just have to give it back. So as we do these projects, we kind of keep track of quantities, and you might want to do 50 feet extra curb or something and spend $300 of your own money instead of, leaving $4,000 or something on the table. So that's just what that means. Other than that, most of that just goes for engineering.
Roll call.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion
All
carries.
right, next item, make a motion on first read, no action taken, resolution number 22-36. A resolution authorizing the signing of an engineering agreement with Robinson Engineering for preliminary design engineering and construction engineering observation for an amount not to exceed $95,300 to be paid out of the MFT motor fuel tax funds.
There's a motion, is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Dunlap. Dave, anything else you want to add?
Same project. This is basically the contract between the village and Robinson Engineering to do that engineering, and that covers both the design, which is the preparation of the plans and bid documents, and the construction engineering, where we're out in the field watching over the contractor to make sure they do everything correctly.
Roll call.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
Thank you. The next item.
I'm going to ask you to make a motion to table that one, please.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to table the first read on resolution number 22-3. Should I read through the entire? All right, this is a resolution authorizing village president to execute a contract with the Retail Coach LLC.
There's a motion to table, is it supported?
Supported.
It's a motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. The reason why I've asked for the table is because Mr. Farmer was unable to join us tonight to provide the full presentation. Roll call, please.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Great. The last item, Madam Mayor, is a first read, no action taken on ordinance number 22-38. An ordinance of the Village of Lynwood, Illinois, amending the Code of the Village of Illinois, Chapter 18, Buildings and Building Regulations, Article 9, Multifamily Rental Buildings, Section 18-275, Crime and Nuisance-Free Housing.
There's a motion, is it supported?
Support it.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Marshall. Attorney Boyle?
Yes, first of all, for clarification purposes, the amendment comes to Article 4 of the ordinance, not Article 9. The section of the code in question, 18275, has been in the village code for several years now. It's a ordinance that's patterned after Illinois law that permits consequences to be levied against a landlord of property or a resident within a multifamily, like apartment complex, for example, when police activity results, police calls, unfounded emergency calls have to be made to that property. Okay? The ordinance has been there for a while. It has not been something that the Lynwood Police Department has been enforcing, to my knowledge. In the time that it's been on the books, it has become in need of update because of amendments to the statute. There's certain types of calls that get excluded from the scope of the ordinance, calls relating to disabled persons, calls related to victims of domestic violence. So what the ordinance does is make the necessary amendments to align the ordinance with the current state of Illinois law, which then, from what I understand, will serve as a springboard to the police department's ability to reintroduce enforcement of that ordinance within the village.
Thank you. Roll call.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap,
Yes.
Blakey,
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
This concludes my reports, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Health and Wellness, Trustee Clark?
Okay, I still want to give a big thanks to all who participated in the Bike Around Lynwood. We had an awesome time, guys. So if you didn't come this year, you got to come next year. I want to give a big thanks to our police and fire department who made sure we were safety. My heart still goes out to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to go ahead and talk about the flu cases that are rising here in the U.S. Pediatricians are seeing a growing number of RSV. So try to keep your kids out the mall around this time, because this is cold and flu season. The COVID is going down, but we've had 8 new cases here in Lynwood. So it's not gone. I know we're not masking as much, but by this being cold and flu season, it can exacerbate the fact that you might catch COVID. So be careful. The National Month of October includes Church and Safety Security Month, Down Syndrome Month, Emotional Wellness Month, Filipino, German, Italian, and Polish American Heritage Month, Halloween Safety Month. Keep your kids safe this year. Maybe go to a trunk and treat instead of being out at night in the neighborhoods. National Animal Safety Protection Month, Audiology Awareness Month, Bullying and Crime Prevention Month, Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Dental Hygiene and Orthodontic Month, Depression Education Month, Domestic Violence Month, Fire Prevention Month, Protect Your Hearing Month, National Roller Skating Month, National Sarcastic Awareness Month, National Sudden Cardiac Arrest Awareness Month, and Sudden Infant Death Syndrome Month, National Photographer Appreciation Month. And I do want to make sure that we appreciate our village photographer, John Harrison, who is also the photographer of Mayor's Church. He's a wonderful guy. And Spinach Lovers and Vegetarian Month. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. In Trustee Eve's absence, we'll have Trustee Dunlap read the finance report.
Thank you. Motion to accept the bill payment memo number 1457. Total disbursement was $383,391.01, of which payroll for that period, 10/2 to 10/15/2022, was $145,817.87.
There's a motion, is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call, please.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap,
Yes.
Blakey,
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
And Trustee Eves asked me to remind people again about the Illinois Housing Development Authority opportunities. The Home Buyer Assistance Program. There's 4 active programs to assist homeowner buyers with their down payments when they're purchasing a new home. The assistance ranges from $6,000 to $10,000. The funding is affordable as long as stipulations are met. For more information, call 877-456-2656 or visit the website at ihdamortgage.org. Number 2, the Illinois Homeowners Assistance Fund. Illinois homeowners can apply up for $30,000 in emergency mortgage assistance if they experienced a COVID-19 related hardship after January 21st, 2020. The homeowner must be delinquent on mortgage, property taxes, condo or association fees. Applications for assistance opens November 1st, 2022. Apply at illinoishousinghelp.org. Her financial literacy program, due to the lack of participation, the financial literacy program for the high school students, grades 9th through 12th, have been postponed until March of 2023. The 6-week program will be on Saturdays from 9 to 11 at Village Hall. This program is open to all students regardless of residency. If you would like to enroll your student in this March program, call Village Hall or email Trustee Cynthia Eves at ceves@villageoflynwood.net. One more reminder, employment opportunities for fall youth employment opportunity is being offered by the Bloom Township. The youth department is hiring students ages 14 to 18 for all employment. Call 708-754-9400 and ask for Lynna Tover in the youth department. And that ends Cynthia's report.
Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Marshall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There's one item on the agenda. I'd like to make a motion to approve the hire of Robert Dempsey as a full-time police officer for the Village of Lynwood.
So moved.
There's a motion, is it? There's a
Supported.
motion, is it
I was too
supported?
excited, I'm sorry.
So, motion by Marshall, supported by Clark. Roll call, please.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap,
Yes.
Blakey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes, that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
The motion carries. Officer Dempsey, you'll be sworn in shortly. We'll now move on to our department head reports, starting with Chief of Police Dan Dempsey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On October 16th, 2022, Lynwood officers were called to 734 Michelle, reference a home invasion. When officers arrived, the offenders were no longer on scene. Officers spoke with the victims, who stated at approximately 7:15 p.m., 2 females kicked in the front door armed with a sock filled with soup cans. One female offender tackled one victim, began striking him, while the other offender took the victim's Xbox, $300 in cash, iPhone, and Apple AirPods. The victim further stated that one of the offenders was his sister, who he had not seen in 2 years. The second offender was an unknown female. Both offenders ran from the residence into a gray SUV. Detectives are actively looking for both offenders. On October 9th, 2022, Lynwood officers were dispatched to 3325 Glenwood Dyer Road, Lencioni's Bar, reference a burglar alarm. When officers arrived, they discovered the glass front door broken. Officers conducted a search of the business and were unable to locate anyone inside. Officers discovered some damage to the ATM inside the bar, but no money was taken and nothing else appeared to be taken or missing. Detectives arrived and viewed the security cameras. 2 vehicles pulled into the parking lot as one offender broke the front door and entered the business. The offender, while inside, attempted to pry open the ATM, but was unsuccessful. The offender then fled from the bar into a U-Haul truck with a second offender following in a separate vehicle. Detectives were able to capture both vehicles on our flock license plate cameras, which helped identify the U-Haul truck, and detectives were able to determine who had rented it. The second vehicle was also identified, as well as the offender. Both offenders are from Dalton and are currently being sought. On October 4th, 2022, Lynwood police officers were dispatched to Community Hospital in Munster for a report of elderly abuse to a 93-year-old female that occurred at 201 28 Redwood Avenue. The officer spoke with the social worker who stated that the victim's condition is consistent with abuse and neglect. The emergency room nurse stated that the victim was severely malnourished, had large open sores all over her body with larvae living inside the infected wounds, and suffered from severe dementia. The hospital reported that the caregiver was the victim's niece, and the victim lived with her at her home. Officers went to that location, spoke with the caregiver, took photographs of the room where the victim lived. Detectives took over the case, contacted Adult Protective Services, who immediately filed a protective order for the victim. Detectives also interviewed the caregiver at the Lynwood Police Department. Detectives contacted Felony Review and informed them of the case details. Felony Review gave the detectives a list of items needed to proceed with charges, but then on October 19, 2022, the victim died at community hospital. An autopsy was performed on October 21st, and detectives are waiting for the results from the autopsy, as well as medical records from the hospital before charges can be filed. On Saturday, October 22nd, Commander Hernandez, former Dalton Deputy Chief Steve Curry, and I, along with other pastors and men from the church, were invited to Living Grace Church by our police chaplain, Pastor France, to participate in a program to speak with young men about the importance of respecting authority as well as race relations. The program was well received by all, and a special thank you to Pastor France for his continued support and involvement in the Lynwood community. Crime stats from October 11th through October 24th, we had 119 traffic stops, 53 citations, 6 arrests, 14 domestic disturbances, 4 guns were recovered, and 75 building checks. Madam Mayor, that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Assistant Chief of Police, Robin Baldy.
Yes, Madam Mayor. We're currently accepting applications for police officers, both lateral and green list. If interested, grab an application here at Village Hall from the Records Division. The written exam will be November 19th. Our new sergeants will be sent to the School of Supervision with the, which is a 2-week training by Northwestern University. 2 sergeants will be sent in December, and the other 2 will be sent in April. And don't forget to visit our Village of Lynwood Police Department Facebook page along with our Instagram page. And that concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Director of Community Policing, Sergeant Weinberg.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Our next neighborhood block meeting will be November 16th at 6 p.m. here in the boardroom. This will be for the area of Lake Park, 200th Street, 200th Place, Cypress and Juniper, Chestnut, Erica, and Margaret Courts. On October 27th, we'll be attending the Lynwood Library Candy Crawl. During this event, children will be throughout the library visiting different tables to receive candy. I will be at TF South for another traffic stop safety class for the driver's ed program on November 1st and 2nd. I want to reiterate that the Veterans Luncheon is November 10th from 12 to 2 p.m. at Lencioni's Restaurant. Please contact me for reservations. If you know somebody that's a veteran, please let them know. We'd love to have them. It was a really great event last year. And then finally, our Village of Lynwood Holiday Ornament goes on sale now. It's right here. There's some at the Village Hall. The cost is $15, and all the proceeds go towards our food and toy drive, which benefit families of Lynwood that could use a little help during this holiday season for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So please, please help us out with this event. So it's a really great time. And that concludes my report.
Fire Chief Keenan Newton.
Yes, Madam Mayor. So for the period from October 2nd through October 15th, the Lynwood Fire Department had 62 calls. So the prior year for the same period, it was 63, so we're right on par. 49 of those were medical calls. We had 3 motor vehicle accidents in town, 3 mutual aid calls. All 3 were canceled while we were en route. We had 1 electrical hazard, which was power lines down, 5 false alarms, and 1 drone call out. With that drone call out, on October 15th, 2022, the Lynwood Fire Department was requested by Madison Police to help them find a 27-year-old autistic male who went missing from Park Forest earlier that day. Upon arrival, the drone was put into the air and started searching in the hard-to-reach cattails, marsh, and ponds that surrounded the Madison Auto Mall area. After 20 minutes of searching, a person was found walking along the cattails, and after directing law enforcement to that location, law enforcement confirmed that the person was the missing person. This is Lynwood Fire's first drone rescue since the program inception in 2017. Staffing update. We have 2 people that are in the academy currently. We are accepting applications for part-time firefighter. You must be able to pass medical screenings, background screening, and agility test. We will train you, we will send you to the academy, we will send you to EMT school, and we still have more applications that are being processed, so we're looking to expand our roster. I'd like to remind everybody about our smoke detector program. We will inspect and evaluate smoke detectors. It's more for homes that are older in age, about 30 plus years of age, and if it's warranted, we'll replace them or make recommendations based on the type of system that you have on what smoke detectors to get. We had the fire department open house during Fire Prevention Week last Saturday on the 15th, Saturday before. This is where we provided fire safety education. We had a bouncy house, a vehicle fire demonstration, and food and station tours for all that attended. Also, during that same day, later on that late afternoon, we celebrate our 50 years of service. The Lynwood Fire Department has been around now since 1972. So we celebrated right after our open house. It was attended by over 100 former and current members of the fire department. And I want to give a special thank you to Erica Madry and Sheila Edwards for making the event such a success. And of course to Joyce Hurley for an amazing performance of Amazing Grace. I'd like to thank you all for that because it was an unbelievable event that I hadn't even pictured how awesome it could be. So thank you, everybody. And then lastly, I with the fire department will be hosting a it's called a Part 107 certification class to help you get your Part 107 certification. What Part 107 allows you to fly drones commercially within the United States. So you can actually fly legally if you're doing things like real estate work or if you're doing things with public safety. We'll be hosting a class for public safety professionals and Village Lynwood residents. I have 8 seats that are open for Village residents right now, so if anybody's interested, anybody wanted to get into flying drones for commercial purposes outside of recreational, just for your self-fun type purposes, we'll be hosting that class December 17th and 18th. It'll be 8 hours a day for both of those classes, and then once you take that class, you can challenge the test with the FAA. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Village Engineer Dave Schilling.
Thank you, Mayor. Aside from the agreements and resolutions we discussed, nothing new to report.
Thank you. Finance, Kimberly Swederick.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to announce that we are turning over the trial balance to the auditors, and they will be in to start the fiscal year 2021 audit on Monday. That concludes my report.
Building Department, Ms. Hurley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just the number of permits issued between the dates October 11th to October the 25th were 37 permits at a total of $27,027.76 with a total valuation of $1,027,000. That concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Attorney Boyle.
No report.
Madam Clerk.
Yes. I would like to report that this Saturday, October 29th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., our own State Representative Marcus Evans, along with our mayor, is hosting a paper shredding and electronic recycling event. It will be held here at the Village Hall, 21460 East Lincoln Highway, again between 10 o'clock a.m. and 1 p.m. So you can bring your electronics for recycling. And then I want to report that I am ready to swear our newest full-time officer.
Officer Dempsey, will you step forward? Tonight, Officer Dempsey will be pinned by Chief of Police Dan Dempsey.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Robert Dempsey,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
the office of
the office of
full-time police officer
full-time police
for
officer
the Village of Lynwood
for the Village of Lynwood
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, officer.
Thank you.
And I told you not to cry. You're gonna do it.
He's so soft inside.
No, that's pride there. That's all pride.
We don't know if you want to have COVID or not. Congratulations.
No COVID. Did y'all have to go? You too. Oh my God. Okay. Your commissioner.
He got him.
Oh, you got him? Okay.
Yes. And because we do have our police chaplain here, I would love for you to offer a prayer for the safety of our newest officer as he begins his journey here in Lynwood.
Absolutely. I don't think there's a greater joy than for a father to see his son elevated and to be able to work with his son in any capacity, but to know that you're doing not only the work of the community, but helping save lives and helping encourage people is a double benefit. And with your dad being in this field for so long, and now you moving from another municipality here, has got to be the joy of his father and mama. Praise God. So let's pray. Father, we thank you in the name of the Lord Jesus. Your word says that the government shall be upon your shoulders. And oh God, we thank you that when we talk about shoulders, we're speaking of the strength that guides the hands and the feet. And oh God, we thank you that you are the strength in the Dempsey family, that you're guiding this new man of God in his role to be the hands of this municipality, to be effective in legislating the law in this community. Give him the continual integrity that his father and his vocation has taught him, for the betterment of the community, for the glory of God. And we thank you for it. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Chief, for making us all need a Kleenex. And I will move on to my report. When I first became mayor, I think I shared with the community, we had some challenges. Probably the biggest challenge is we were all coming in blind. But there were several people who were not blind. They had been in their roles for some time, and they were committed to serving this community. And that is why I love Sydney and Ms. Gwen and Dwayne, because they are committed to the village of Lynwood. They have served this village with honor and integrity. They have provided great oversight for the zoning board from anywhere to from 5 to 8+ years, I believe. And now their term is up. I have to say to the three of you, I knew nothing about a zoning board, but thank God you all did. Thank you for hanging in there, and thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for accepting me, but most importantly, thank you for serving the village of Lynwood. When people choose to serve like this, they deserve to be honored and acknowledged, which is why I wanted them to attend the meeting tonight. And I want to present these certificates. So, Sydney Boyce, please step forward. cake and some punch. We invite you all to stay and hang out and love on them. And please take some cake home. Don't leave it here for us to eat because we will eat it. All right. And as they are heading out, we have 3 that will be coming in. And so first I am going to speak on Mr. Michael Isaac, the Lynwood staple, the Lynwood comedian, the Lynwood everything, a person who I've certainly come to know and truly appreciate. He's been in Lynwood for 17 years. He coached Lynwood Little League. He owns and operates 2 businesses here in Lynwood. He's a real estate professional. He's very passionate about young people. He came to me, and we're going to add some exciting things to the 2023 calendar for young people. And he also is great with his hands. He does a lot of reno and painting, and he has offered up his services as we continue on our beautification projects here in Lynwood. And for that reason, I'm asking this board to approve the appointment of Michael Isaacs to the Lynwood Zoning Board. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Okay, I'm going to go with the voices I heard. Motion by Dunlap, supported by Lilly. Roll call, please.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. Michael, welcome to the zoning board. This gentle giant I met with this deep voice, and he was a little intimidating at first, but then I found out he's just a big old teddy bear. Mr. John Flowers he grew up on the south side of Chicago. He's attended St. Kevin's, Mount Carmel, Elmhurst College, and Washburn Trade School. He became an IBEW Local 134 Union electrician in 1983. He's married to his beautiful wife, Terry. They have 3 sons, Sean, Ryan, and Connor. John has lived in Lynwood for 31 years. And has done a ton of volunteer work during that time for Lynwood Little League. He coached and served on the executive board for 12 years. He was a member of the Lynwood Lions organization, served on Lake Lynwood Marina board for 5 years, coached for Lansing Lions football, served on the executive board as a director for football, and was a room parent at Nathan Hale and Heritage, Madam President. A man who believes in serving, and for that reason, I am asking this board to approve the appointment of Mr. John Flowers. Is there a motion?
Motion.
It's a motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. Welcome, John, to the zoning board. Last but not least is Mr. Mike Young, who says he's shy. I don't believe it. He has a great personality and a big heart, particularly a heart for service and a heart for people. He is married to his beautiful wife. They have children, a son and a daughter. He's been in Lynwood for 16 years. Mike grew up in Oak Lawn, graduated from Oak Lawn Community High School, has worked in the trucking and management field for most of his professional career. One of his favorite things to do is take long walks on the beach, but here in Lynwood, we don't have beaches, we have ponds. So he has to walk along one of these various ponds here in town. He also briefly served on the Lynwood Fire Department. Mike is just an all-around good guy and excited to serve on the zoning board, and for that reason, I'm asking this board to approve his appointment. Is there a motion?
So.
Motion by Marshall, is it supported?
Supported.
Supported by Dunlap. Roll call.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. Welcome, Mike, to Lynwood Zoning Board. In Ms. Gwynn's absence, we had to appoint a new zoning board chair, and that individual is Mr. Charles Henry. Charles, will you raise your hand and just thank you again for stepping up and being willing to serve. Now, Mike, and John, I want you to turn around. You see these faces behind you? you have some big shoes to fill. So get to know them well. They are a wealth of knowledge. Please take advantage of that relationship. All righty. I am asking this board to make a motion to cancel our board meetings scheduled for November 22nd and December 27th.
Support it. So moved, and all of that.
Is there a motion?
Yes, support it. So moved. All of that. I'm going to do both.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. Is it supported?
Yes, support it.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call, please.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
That motion carries. We have a quick video that I want to share with all of you. Trustee Clark spoke on it briefly in her report, and we have a little surprise for you. Ed pulled together this video that summarizes the great time that we had at the Lynwood Glowing Bike event that you put together. So,
Lynwood is a great place to be. Good weather, football weather, really, but we're gonna ride these bikes and do this.
My name is Doris, and this is my first time, so I'm excited, and I'm ready to go.
I'm looking forward to this glow in the dark bike ride on today for the health and wellness portion of the village of Lynwood.
Come out and be with the community and to actually get some exercise in at the same time. So it's a beautiful thing.
And I am with the Village of Lynwood, and the Village of Lynwood is putting on this wonderful nighttime, easy, fitness, fun bike ride. And it's called the Glowing Bike Around Lynwood. So we've got our glow gear on, as you can tell. And we've got on the bikes, the kids are out. We're gonna have fun with kids, adults, and everyone. So if you missed it, you missed something wonderful. Next time, okay?
We are in Lynwood, Illinois at the Glowing Bike Ride. Thanks to Trustee Rolanda Clark for putting this together. She has a huge focus on health and wellness. And so as you can see, these residents are all about their health and wellness, and that's why they are out here tonight. You are missing a good time. You should be here. Round up. So I want to thank you, Trustee Clark, for putting on such a great event. It really felt like we were just a family out there hanging out and riding bikes, but I was cheering on the sideline. I have to admit I didn't.
Next year we're gonna have the police do a dance.
There you go. All right, so thank you, Trustee Clark, and thank you to the residents that came out, and next year we hope to see more faces. We actually have to adjourn to an executive session that will be brief. I invite you all to please stay, love on the zoning board over here, shake our new officer's hand. Please don't leave, have some cake and punch. We will step out for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. Is there a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss pending litigation?
Motion.
It's a motion by Marshall. Is it supported? Supported by Lily. Roll call.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could get you to just take a seat for 2 minutes so we can adjourn this board meeting officially.
Isaac can eat them all the cake.
All right.
Right there.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion
No,
by...
you gotta reconvene.
Oh, I'm
take roll
sorry.
call.
Motion to come back into the board meeting.
Motion.
Thank you. Motion by Dunlap, supported by Lily. Roll call.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn at 7:31 p.m.? Motion by Lily, supported by Dun. Supported by Dunlap. Roll call, please.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you for staying.